Every story has an ending. Does our quest to play the top 100 courses in 10 years have a good ending? I'm Nish.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jim.
And we're your hosts guiding you through this golfing journey. This is the Top 110 Golf Podcast. Episode 10, the Listener Q&A. Ask and ye shall receive. We put the question back out to our loyal listeners to ask us anything you want and we'll answer it. Now, I'm nervous because most of these questions, I've seen who's been sending the questions in. I've not really seen them. And I think I'm right to feel a bit nervous about this. But you never know, we might get pleasantly surprised by it all.
I know most of your mates.
Yeah, I know. Saw some familiar names on there and I was like, oh, here we go. But I did promise I will answer every question. So let's see. But I think you're all right, Chris. I think you're in the clear. You probably just sit back and just relax and
I might just throw a few curveballs in there. Anyway.
watch me squirm.
Would
Yeah.
you
Mix
rather?
up on the hoop.
So we are also, for the first time, actually all three of us, and we're in our branded merch now.
I mean, just one comment on that. I would probably have it going the other way.
Would you have
Just
the slant the other way, right?
Yeah,
Just turn it
I'll do.
inside out, Jim.
So walk around with a mirror. Right, so we're going to go for it. Jim's going to ask the questions. You're tasked with doing that. If anything flows from that, feel free to go for it, obviously.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited about this
Oh, yeah.
because it's gonna. Well, I mean, I've asked not to see the questions in advance for a very good reason, just because.
Yeah.
You know what? My face doesn't lie.
Jim's a terrible liar. He's good at online poker, but face-to-face poker is terrible.
It's just particularly if someone asks a stupid question. It's
No, you can actually answer the questions yourself as well if you wanted to jump in and answer the question, but just I think it's a bit of a shambles of a podcast, so I think we need somebody in charge to do it. So I think, yeah, go for it, mate.
okie doke. Here we go. Some people have really gone for it.
Some
haven't they?
people have really gone for it, and I tried to not look at them,
Wow.
so I couldn't really format it better. So I hope you got your glasses on.
They haven't actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that should be okay.
Don't borrow mine are awful.
So I mean, this is going in any order or
Yeah, whatever order you like. I think
Whatever
probably,
order I like.
yeah, random.
randoms.
And obviously, if you just let us know who's asked the question, I think they'd probably appreciate knowing that. They know it's their own question, obviously, but some of them have come through in batches.
Yeah, some of these need to get a bloody job.
Are they all Nishes?
Well, they could be actually, but I have no idea. You can always tell by the spelling, I think, in some cases.
Oh, yeah. Too true. It's on,
Right.
it's on Excel as well. There's no spell check on it, Excel, so is there?
There is.
Google Sheets, do they do spell check?
Oh, no, Google
Sheets, you're not a sheet, yeah.
no. Poor man
Right,
Watson.
without further ado, let's get into it. Right, first
Okay.
one from Fizzo.
Okay.
Your thought process and the order in which you play the courses.
Start with the cheapest and then
It was that, wasn't it?
hope we get rich before we finish the list.
Yeah, I mean, especially after talking to Alex. It was just like, you boys know you're in for a lot of money. You're like, oh, mate, like, you don't need somebody who's halfway through to go, this is going to cost you a lot of cash.
Well, I think that was one of my first comments, on the introduction podcast for me, was have you won the lottery? Because this is obviously not going to be. It's not the cheapest hobby in the world anyway, is it? By any stretch of the imagination.
I think I was quite ignorant to it. Like when you said, let's play the top 100, I was like, yeah, whatever. I mean, what is it? What are we talking? 80 quid for a round, 90 quid for, I mean, that's been the cheapest so far. So, yeah, I think we thought, let's knock off the low hanging fruit.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately we've done the local ones that are reasonably priced, haven't
Yeah.
we?
We've got a plan for some
a
of the
plan.
local ones.
So we've got a handful where we've got members that are going to sign us in, so they're easy ones to kind of to pick off.
We touched upon it with Alex. It does feel like we can't. It's not. I'm not suggesting we make a decision now, but it does feel like where you play St Andrews is massive, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you're not 40 yet, are you? So you
I'm
got
not
a big
40
one.
yet, so
When's your
that's
40th?
2 years, or well, 18 months
years.
away, basically.
I'm not 50 yet, I think. That's 5 years off. You know, so is it lending itself to one of those
Try- yeah, try
potentially? I don't know.
Try and
Or
do
is
that
it?
at one of those.
You know, he told a lovely story, didn't he, about that that old guy who got
So we just
clapped in by all the St Andrews staff.
wait till we're like 80 then. We'll do top 100 in 100.
Top 100, yeah. Top 100 before we die. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. But my problem with playing it right at the end is I'm expecting it to be mega, and it's not just the golf. It's like the place that you go and play and all that kind of thing. And it's almost a spiritual experience, isn't it? You go to the home of golf. But what if it ain't all that?
Well, you think you'd be disappointed if it was the last one?
That's what I mean. So you kind of
Yeah.
you lead up to it, and you go, it's all roads lead to
Yeah.
St Andrews, and you walk off and you go, it was
I'd not-
great.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to happen.
I don't think
I
that'll
don't
happen.
think you'd be disappointed, but I don't think you could. I think
Is this one of
just
those things though
walking-
where people say it's amazing because they don't want to look like an absolute arsehole by saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
actually, I didn't like it."
But I think even take the golf out of it, you can probably take 16 holes out of it. I think just walking down the first and walking back up the 18th. I think
yeah.
just for that experience, I think it'll be incredible.
Seeing and the history of those
Walking
two
over that
holes.
bridge.
I mean, I remember, some of the British Opens that they've had, and St Andrews course, and some, that sticks in my head.
Yeah.
The French guy who got stuck in the
Van der
Van
Velde,
der Velde.
Jean
Yeah.
Van der
Jean
Velde.
Velde, yeah,
Peter Alice in your ear, you can hear it, can't you? Just go, "Oh, what are you doing?"
yeah, absolutely,
Jean.
When he's gets his shoes and socks off and he's trying to hack it.
Yeah,
just
he had the claret jug in his hands, didn't he? And
Threw it
left
away.
it in the brook.
Whatever happened to him?
Yeah, we might need to address that. I mean, you've already done a bit of research, haven't you, about the
Yeah, I was
ballot,
looking at it
which
the other day.
didn't seem far-fetched. 1 in 10 chance of getting a.
I'm taking that, and if that's during the more difficult months, I think it
Yeah.
said.
Because I messaged you the other day after having
Oh,
spoken to a couple of people, because it's quite. I mean, just as an aside, I mean, it's interesting talking about the podcast to my pals and contacts, and they seem to be really engaging with it and giving us a lot of tips and ideas, which I've relayed, in relation to St Andrews as well. But obviously, it does depend on, going back to the question in a minute, what order of the courses and when do you want to play the likes of St Andrews and the packages that they can provide for to facilitate doing all the courses plus some of the extras there as well.
Are there any? I mean, I know you've mentioned a couple of about Rosa Pina a couple of times, and Royal Port Rush. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, I think they seem to be the three that you're desperate to play. It
Yeah,
feels
certainly
like.
it's like Port Rush. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I did say I was going to do that for my 40th originally. So that was before we started
Well,
doing
does
this.
that
That was
push
kind
us
of
down that
a bit of a
route,
40th
maybe?
plan, so
Yeah.
maybe. But I don't know whether the Open be in there mix.
Oh, it's
this
very
year.
close to that, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a
yeah.
year after, or is it two? Yeah, it'll be a year after.
So they won't let any hackers on the course.
So I mean, you can probably get on at that point,
Listen,
but it'll be
joking,
expensive.
I don't take a divot, and I'm always in the rough. Like, surely I'm not going to wreck any part of that golf course at all. I'm very rarely on the green. So Chris misses the ball when he chips it greenside. So we're like ghosts. They'll give us a tea time like nothing's been ruffled. Yeah, I haven't thought like, oh, do we need to do a certain number of really big hitters every year? It just feels
Yeah.
like we're still winging it.
We're still winging it, aren't we? I think we're winging it pretty well, but
Yeah, I mean,
I think we'll probably get 10 in next year. Is my
I think
my hunch.
I think 10's the minimum we'll get done next year. It looks
Yeah.
like we might be on for 13 next year, which is
Yeah, exactly.
which would be phenomenal, really. That would mean, and what we officially started in August this year. God, that feels like a long time ago now, doesn't it? But like officially started in August, so by the end of the season, we might have done 16 in a calendar year. In a year, sorry. It's pretty good going.
Well, you've done 3 so far, so
Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves, eh?
yeah. So I think in relation to the question, I mean, it's we're winging it a little bit,
No
but it
plan
is a
at the
case of you've got the ideas, you know what you've got to do, because
Yeah.
you've got to list
I mean,
the
I think
courses, of
ultimately
course.
there is a bit of a plan, isn't there? We've taken the cheaper local ones.
I don't fucking
Yeah.
know it. If there is,
We're taking the ones where we've got contacts.
Contacts.
At the
And
moment,
then
the
at that
plan
point,
is you send me a message
after
on
that,
WhatsApp
we're
and say, "Shall we
fucked,
play
basically.
this course?" And we're like, "Yeah, let's
Yeah,
play
yeah,
it." That's the plan.
What more planning do you want?
I think it
I'm
works
all
pretty
for
well.
that.
Yeah,
I'm all
yeah.
for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't have to be too regimented.
No, I mean I think we're gonna have to be pretty flexible with this, aren't we? Just to
It won't be fun, I think,
Yeah,
if we go,
exactly.
"Oh God, in this month we have to do this, we have to do
Yeah.
that." I think that's.
Hmm.
I think we're determined to still keep it a nice, fun endeavour.
yeah. And I want to do it where I go enjoy it. Like I said, I don't want to just grind it out through winter for cheap fees. I want to do it. And
No,
enjoy
no,
it.
it's
and I
absolutely.
played off. I had to
It's
play
experience as well.
Holdsworth
That's the
off
whole point of
mats.
it. It's
and-
not. It's a challenge, but it's a challenge because it's something you enjoy
Yeah.
at the end of the day. So
It's got to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it ain't
Exactly.
fun, it ain't worth doing.
You know, so playing up in what's the one in Inverness? I was talking to Fraser about it over the weekend.
Brora? That's the one right for far up north, is it? Or is it Dundonald or Dunbarney?
Dunnock, is it?
Oh.
Dornoch.
Dornoch.
Royal
Royal
Dornoch.
Dornoch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays there, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mentioned it to you, didn't I? That he goes up there once a year, I think, usually. But he wouldn't want to be playing there in December when it's 90 mile an hour.
No.
Gusts.
No, you want to be playing there in
Rain
August
sideways.
when it's raining sideways and
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
plus in August you have the midges as well, so that's always adds to
Exactly.
it.
When you're
A little bit of fun.
wondering
Yeah.
how the hell this weather is what it is in August, yeah. That's the time to do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, actually, is it more benign in the winter? I don't know. Maybe that's the. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah,
They'll have name storms then, won't they? So
that's it.
right.
That was quite a soft opening. I'm happy with that. We're not gone personal yet.
Oh, there's a few. Some have caught my eye. So, question from Andy:
Oh no. Here we go.
what happens if you and Chris fall out?
If
The inconvenient truth.
yeah, I mean,
What
it's an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, I think
Mm.
the top 10 in what is it? Top 110 we're doing. I think that's probably less of an issue rather than us just being neighbours. Might make it more difficult.
Hate your guts, but you live next door.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm not moving. I don't think you're moving. So it's like,
Can't
gonna be
believe
awkward.
he left the
Yeah.
bin in front of my driveway. You know, that's
kids
like a
kids
thing.
get on well, but we've fallen out. Imagine
Yeah.
that.
Maybe we need a bit of like a divorce settlement. So like the remaining courses, we've just got to divvy up between us.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll do half,
Or
and you do the other half on your
You've
own.
got to when you're playing it, so I can't be there at the same time.
Yeah, yeah,
that
that's what I
kind of
mean.
thing.
Yeah.
Or you have adjacent tea times.
Brilliant.
Maybe
Imagine that.
we do like
You're holding me up. Bang.
I'll start on the first,
Well,
you start on the 10th. Do like a shotgun start.
Shotgun start. Yeah.
That would be Chris saying that there, wouldn't it? You holding him up rather than the other way around.
It would be me holding Chris up. Yeah.
But yeah, I think in all seriousness,
I own all the
think-
assets and digital assets, so
I
that's
think
all
we
mine.
just make a cardboard cutout of each other and just take them round with us. Do it on our own.
And if you have a bad shot, take the club to it.
Fucking hell, Nish. It was your fault. Shh.
Yeah, like club to the head. I mean, I hazard a guess the cardboard cutout would score better than me, but yeah, maybe some mileage in that.
I imagine
We
it'd be
choose
quite
to we choose to
satisfying as
think
well, just
positively,
kind
I think, don't we? And I don't think we will fall out. Or certainly, God, we're men.
Yeah.
We can hide that for 10 years, can't we? And at the end of it, it's like, I've really fucking hated playing golf with you, you know.
I'm pretty difficult to fall out with, so there's a pretty low bar,
I mean,
or
this
high bar.
This has
whichever way
hated
it
me
is.
for 15 years, but I'm still
still here.
Yeah,
I'm still here every the
absolutely.
weekend.
Giving
so
him
it's-
prominence in my baby as well, so, you know.
Pardon?
Eek. It won't happen. It won't happen. I choose to think positively.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine.
If you're laughing
If
at
it
the
is
question
happening.
before you're asking, then
Now I'm just reading some of the others as well. I just think, oh god, I don't have to. I don't have to ask those, do I?
do I have to? Yeah.
Right, moving on. Tom, have you ever played Birkdale?
Yeah, I've actually, unsurprisingly, well, you'll be unsurprised to know, I listen back to the episodes a lot because you're doing your edits and you listen to that 3 or 4 times anyway. I do bring that up quite a lot, don't I? Think it's
I
just
know
a-
you got all the
I
merch.
think it's just a trigger. Yeah, I mean, like, we've got like putter head, we got putter head cover, we got
You got the
my-
water
my
bottle,
gilet, my water bottle,
gilet,
a
and
towel.
the towel. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty epic those 2 rounds were. I was just starstruck the whole time.
Oh, I remember what was it? What a day! That's when that started,
What
I think, wasn't it?
a day. Yeah, it was, and we got lucky with the weather both times. So,
Because I was posting at the same time. I mean, Nish always likes to kind of take control of things, and I think it was walking up mountains in Scotland and whatnot. So posting it on the group, and then Nish pipes up, "What a day!" About get right game of fucking golf. It's like, stop trying to steal my thunder.
Yeah, golf was awful. However, yeah, it was pretty special. I think that kind of like that's when Chris turns around and goes, "We're going to play 100 of these." That's what piqued my interest. Probably, I think from your perspective, probably maybe more the golfing challenge as well as the scenery and the course. But for me, it was like I'm totally starstruck when I get to these sorts of things. I was snapping away in
Oh, I mean, you
in the SNA clubhouse.
You're like a kid in the candy shop, really.
Yeah,
when before
absolutely.
you were going, you
Which
were
I've
mega
had to
excited
curb my natural buy everything in the clubhouse sort of.
because the golf's
tendency.
costing enough, isn't it?
The golf is costing enough. Yeah, that realization's hit. So yeah.
So I think the place tee's a good kind of.
Yeah, but to technically
Compromise,
answer
I
the
suppose.
question, I have played Birkdale before. Yeah.
How many times? Twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And obviously a third on the cards at some point
It will. Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
near future. So yeah. Right, moving back onto the questions. Fizzo, would you rather be
Oh no. Would you rather?
world number 1 for a year or win a major?
Oh, that's a cracking question. I think that's more for Chris. That one.
Yeah, an interesting one. I guess at the minute when we're about to embark on a very expensive journey, and maybe being world number 1 for a year might be better just for the money.
For the money, yeah. Just to coin
Not for the glory, but for the money. No, I think one of the main reasons that I think most people, and certainly I play golf, is from watching the Open, right? Watching the Open on TV.
Mm.
So I think to win the Open Championship, I think I'd take that any day.
Oh, so you're even
Of it being
going
world number
specific
1.
to the Open.
But yeah, it would have to be the Open.
So
maybe
would
the
it be
Masters.
all right? So if I expand that to win the Open, or I know what the answer is. That's a stupid point. Sorry. I was going to say win the Open or be the world number. You just said, it's like, but
Yeah.
all right, win another major, win Augusta, or be world number 1 for a year. Like, would you take that over?
I think I'd probably still take. I think
Take a
the
major.
Open and the Masters, I'd
Yeah.
probably take either of those, and then beyond that, I'd probably take world number 1 for a year.
Yeah.
Not really bothered about the US.
Yeah, but you want to win a
or-
trophy, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Your
I-
name
actually,
is
do you-
engraved on the cup and it can never
Correct.
going to be removed.
It's there in
Yeah.
perpetuity, you know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and you've got that memory. Do they do a thing? Do they do a thing if you're world number 1? Or do you get like a mace or something?
You
Like, do
get
you
like
get
a gazillion dollars, don't you, at the end of the
yeah, so
season?
it's basically it's money versus glory, isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
question.
money.
Money.
So we've changed our minds quite.
Change it,
a few
yeah,
times.
yeah. Good question though.
It is a very good question.
Yeah.
Very good question. What is the most annoying pet peeves on a golf course? E.g., slow players not letting you play through, noisy people, so on and so forth.
Which is generally not niches.
Yeah, this is what
We've only got half an hour for the
we've got
podcast. So I'm not sure
technically
we can
answer the
get
question.
all the niches
Answer
in.
the technical question, not like what you think the question is. I mean,
People on the phones taking pictures.
Yeah, I mean that's really annoying. You know, when they hold up everyone on the 18th to take a picture. You've got you've obviously people got the normal ones which are not replacing divots and not repairing pitch marks and stuff like that. You find that all the time, don't you? You get to a green and it's like, oh, he's not been repairing, but I can't say slow play because I've been guilty of that. But then I'm quick to let people through. Like if I appreciate
After it's like fucking hell, not again. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I think when the pace of play is slow and someone hits into you knowingly, so
That's
they'll hit a
annoying,
ball at you.
actually.
So I have been
Yeah.
known to pick a ball up and just fucking chuck it. And
Yeah,
people have done
because you
that
shouldn't
before. Like,
do
I can
that.
imagine, yeah.
That's ungentlemanly, isn't it? You shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you don't like you could hurt somebody. That was really serious, isn't it?
You sounded
You
like
could really
a
hurt
6-year-old
somebody
then.
there. Yeah, that's. I mean, we know you're there. You know, it's just
Yeah.
circumstances have so dictated that we're not going to let you through. Maybe you're a dickhead and we don't want to let you through.
Well, I think you touched on one a few weeks ago now, and that's people who aren't welcoming to their clubs.
Yeah, I mean the whole snootiness I think around golf is something that I've always struggled with. Even though I love the game and I've enjoyed it and played it for a lot of years, I've still never really got over the whole snootiness thing. I think it's
Stuffiness and-
the stuff. I think it's better than it was, but it's still definitely there.
It doesn't help itself, does it? I think
No,
with
it
stuff
doesn't.
like that.
It doesn't.
And you get a sense of that, don't you? I think it's unsaid, it's unwritten that you walk into a place and just go, "This is just a place where they're judging every single thing that I'm doing,
Yeah.
and it's not welcoming."
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Well, okay, Chris has answered. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Right.
Just a happy-go-lucky person, mate. Nothing annoys me. I'm chilled out. I'm chill. As
Apart
the
from
kids-
control freaks.
Yeah. Control freaks really, really.
And people
annoy
who are late.
me. Actually, yeah, I can't. That's just a general
Tardiness is a
life thing.
massive thing. Yeah.
If you're late, it's just the height. For me, that's the height of rudeness.
Neil, are you listening?
Just to
name-
note, I was also late for the podcast tonight, so.
And
You
go
tell
back, to question number 2. Maybe that's when we fall out.
yeah, it's already started.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ever mince my words about lateness. I absolutely hate it.
Yes.
When it's when it's like you agree to time, like
Okay, I think we need to move on quickly.
yeah,
I can see
Please
he's
do.
getting angry.
the
red mist is
the veins
descending.
going.
Ben Crouch.
And Crouch.
Yeah. How much do you think this will cost in total, and how did you convince your wife it's a worthy investment?
Well, it's
I would-
not a worthy investment, is it? Let's be honest.
I would have loved to have been a fly in the wall with that
No,
conversation.
do you
I
know
know she's
what?
very supportive.
I didn't have to do any of that. Chris did all of that for me because we were in this kitchen, we were there and pissed on Saturday night. I think Lucy was away, wasn't she, or something like that? I think the kids were in the
Yeah,
front room.
possibly,
And,
yeah.
and then Chris just says, "We should just do this." I was like, "Yeah, we should." And I was like, "That sounds like a really good idea." Obviously, not thinking it's going to be serious, but that is a completely legally binding contract.
Yeah, I think
at
we got
point.
that signed and.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
done.
yeah.
Signed in red wine.
It's done. Yeah, yeah. So it was like, it's never actually come up as a thing where I've had to say, oh, you get the odd like, oh, you're off golfing again or whatever. But then
But that'd be normal because you
that's
do play
normal.
golf quite
I
a
play
lot.
golf
so-
quite a lot, yeah. But then we've been able to sweeten the deal a little bit by doing stuff like when we go up to play Trump, I was like, well, we'll stay there. When we go up to Glen Eagles, well, we'll stay there. So
Yeah.
that pushes the cost up. So that's the first part of that question. How much are we anticipating it costs? I think Alex said he reckons about 25
25
didn't
grand,
he?
I think he said.
But again, like, you put that into perspective, and I think that
Yeah.
doesn't sound too bad.
We're talking about $2.5 grand a year, then.
Oh yeah,
You
10
know?
years, $2.5 grand a year,
That's
and you
not-
think
It's not the end of the
about
world, is it? Like,
No.
there's a lot of worse things you can
I
spend
could
that
waste
money
25
on.
grand on a lot
Yeah.
of other stuff. Couldn't I
Exactly.
really like?
that, like the car.
Well,
She's got a new car.
it's an absolute tank, isn't it?
It is a tank. I was quite impressed with it.
It's
I mean, I don't know if it
I
goes.
could, yeah, my Fabergé egg habit. I need to curb that. It's,
I've got a load of fake ones at my mum and dad's house because my grandmother used to make them. She was very
she?
artistic. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But like, I'd much rather invest 25 grand in an experience like this rather than just buying.
Rather than give it to me to invest on your behalf and make money.
Exactly.
I thought you were gonna get a Hallmark card then. It was like, I'd much rather spend time on happy memories, last a lifetime. Yeah. Even the acts of doing what we're doing right now is making this a memorable journey and a memorable thing to do. So I think that investment, I think the harder sell for me hasn't been the cost of the golf or the you're gonna do it. It's been more the kit that I've bought and set up and all this. I've got lights and all this sort of stuff. That's been, I've had to do like that. But I have to because the quality has to be right. Yeah, that's been a bit tricky. But to be fair, Emma's really good with this sort of stuff, and it's never been a conflict. It's always just I say this is what I'm doing, it's just to put up with it. Love and marriage.
And this probably leads into another question, actually. What's Emma doing with all her spare time?
Working so Nish can
She's
play the top
she's
100.
having to cover more hours at work so she can pay the mortgage. Well, actually, she this is hilarious though now.
But when you've got
because
two kids, man, it's like,
it's hard work, mate. It's hard work. She is. I'd like to say I played a little bit of a part in inspiring over this as well, but she's starting a bit of a side hustle as well, which has meant she's on her phone a lot more. Which when I was on my phone all the time, I'd just get grief about all the time.
you are on your phone a lot.
I am on my phone a lot, but at that time it was work. A lot of it was work, like checking for an email coming through a new lead or whatever.
No, it wasn't. You were just on WhatsApp constantly.
No, you could do the two things at the same time. You see, there's a feature on the Samsung where
shit.
it splits the screen.
Sorry, I'm grassing you up on.
You're grassing me up. But yeah, but now so it's on the other the boots on the other foot now, and it's like, so yeah, I suppose I am supportive of that, but can't resist it. Like, you've just been on your phone all day. Yeah, but I'm learning how to do reels. You have to do that now, do you? Your children need to spend time with you while they're growing up. All that kind of thing.
Oh, you went there.
Oh yeah,
You went there.
I'm getting it all back myself. So I'm gonna any chance I've got, I'm gonna give it back out. Which I probably should watch myself really if I'm spending 25k on playing golf.
And the rest.
Yeah, I think I think I'm gonna say I've earmarked over a 10-year period. I think it's going to cost about 35k. Anything less than that, brilliant. We're quids in. I think that includes like traveling and things. We're going to have to do some trips, aren't we?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Do you think there's a possibility of like a counter movement from Lucy and Emma, and
they do something
start doing
different?
like the top 100
Spas.
spas in the UK? Or
They're,
like the
they're
top
probably
100...
all at the golf. club.
Exactly.
They're
That's
European.
why I said it. Or they're going to be yeah, we need to visit the top 100 cities in Europe according to Lonely Planet Guide.
Which obviously we need to go on. Right? I mean, what good is going on a city break without your husband? That's just no fun. Surely.
Oh, by the way, we're popping off to play some golf.
Yeah. Oh, we don't need to put any checked-in luggage. Yes, we do. Taking the clubs. When are you going to play? I'll wake up at 5 in the morning. I'll just go early, get that all done first, and then come back. Yeah, do you reckon that?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
After about 2 or 3 years.
They get
fuck
fed up,
this.
yeah. Yeah, why are we getting screwed over?
Yeah.
We're getting no enjoyment out of this. In fact, all we do, they take us away to these nice places, but we've still got to look after the kids.
Yeah.
It's not really any good, is it?
Yeah, the kids are a bit young to be caddies, aren't they?
That's like getting your skin used to manual labour, isn't it? You start that early. So I think 7, 8's all right.
What do you know about it?
Heavy bag. I don't know. I've just been told. I've read it on
Very liquid hands.
the internet somewhere. Yeah.
In terms, sorry, another question from Andy. Are you keeping scores of the rounds so at the end you can hit us with the stats? And also, do you have a lost ball count?
Part 2 of that, we don't have a lost ball count.
lost ball count.
I've been sort of informally talking about how many balls I have actually lost, which hasn't been disastrous up to now.
Mine has.
Yours was on Silith, wasn't it?
I lost
think
three on one hole.
Silith was quite bad. Yeah, 3 on for one shot location.
Yeah.
Added costs?
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned.
Cost, yeah. The hidden cost of the top 100 challenge. I think I lost quite a few at Silith, but then Moortown I did pretty well, and I did just the 18th. It was I lost one, and then I actually did well at SNA.
Maybe we should do like a penalty system for after each round if you lose.
We probably do have a count somewhere. So actually, the first part of that is yes, we are keeping scores. I've got them on that Squabbit app. We'll throw up a link in the description.
Please do.
But remarkable app because it's all free. Like I don't get it. I don't understand how I can do all that for free. But I've got our scorecards on there. I suppose I know from my rounds because I track them on here if I've lost the ball. Penalties generally you've lost the ball, isn't it? So I'll roughly have an idea from that. But if you head to our website, Andy, top110.co.uk, all the scorecards are on there from each round. So reading myself, that's what I'd say.
Lazy.
Yeah, basically.
Put a link in the WhatsApp group, I think.
To the website.
It's on the website, Andy.
It's on the website, Andy. Yeah. It would be nice to do like maybe after 10 rounds. Where as it happens at the moment, I think we are dead level on
after SNA.
Our over par score.
Yeah,
we're dead level. So
we're equally as shit.
We just stop it. Where's the cut-off point? We're level.
Yeah,
just levelly shit.
Levelly shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Furrowed brow.
Yeah, it's because I forgot my glasses. Do you have to play Turnberry? Is Turnberry part of the top 100? I would hate to think that you are giving money to that.
Oh,
leap.
Well,
yeah,
that's a question from Andy.
Just Turnberry, though, is it? He's got
three
courses total. I think there's Trump International in Aberdeen.
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
International in Ireland as well. So, unfortunately, I am sad to say we do have to give him some money. But they're supposed to be mega courses. I mean, Turnberry obviously is anyway, but and the facilities are supposed to be absolutely like first class, aren't they? Like a real treat to sort of go there. Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels kind of painful, doesn't it? I think doing that, but Like you say, I mean, there's some pretty nice courses there. I think some of the nicest ones we're going to play. I've got his name emblazoned on them.
I'm such a principled man. I know I'm going to walk off this course and go, that was the best day ever. It's going to happen.
Go off with a
What?
make America great. hat on.
I was going to say exactly that's the merch that you're going to
I've
get.
I've got my Red Fly Emirates hat from when we went to the cricket.
Oh yeah, I've still got mine.
Still got
somewhere.
that. Yeah, so we can pretend it's a MAGA hat, you know. Yeah, it feels bad, doesn't it, giving him money, but
Why? Because he hasn't got enough.
yeah, he's probably got some of the bankruptcy coming up soon, hasn't he? So yeah.
Hey ho. And I think just talking about merch there.
Who asked that question, by the way?
Andy.
Andy, right? Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I didn't think we really wanted to get into the politics argument quite yet. Anyway, so there's plenty of time for that in the years to come. But question from Neil.
Oh, okay.
I love that reaction. What will run out first? Room for your merchandise or Emma's patience in your marriage?
Marriage? Oh wow, that's a that's a bleak outlook on life, isn't it? I think I said it before, didn't I? Interestingly enough, I've not bought that much merch. Well, I've not bought anything. I've only bought the ball marker from each place. I mean, admittedly, we've not played anywhere that's like really salubrious.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, you don't want to buy too much merch if Emma's going to take half of it at some point anyway. So.
Oh yeah, that's a good
So be
point. Yeah.
careful of that.
With Neil's outlook on my marriage, then actually, no, I've got a follow-up question for this. What does Neil know? Like, why is he sending that question in? Have Emma and Emma been talking or something? Is that what's going on?
No, I doubt it.
He's like, I need to give him a hint somehow, like blink twice if you're in trouble, sort of thing. I think, well, my appetite for the merch I think has gone already. I can't be buying merch from 100 fucking courses like that. It's just ridiculous. And I'm probably more signing up to now, like, yeah, where am I going to put it? What's the point of it? I like the ball marker, that's great. I can put that on display and whatever. But I say all this, and then we'll turn up at Royal St. David's in March, and I'll be like, sweet, right, I'm buying this, and I'm buying this, and I'm buying this. Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you what I did feel. I felt really awkward walking around S&A with my Royal Birkdale gilet on. Felt a
So
bit
it's already
awkward.
been mentioned tonight, but maybe we should, throughout the series of all these podcasts,
Yeah.
just do like a Birkdale count. See how many times Birkdale
That's pretty
is
good.
mentioned.
To put a bleeper on it or something. I can put a
Yeah,
bleeper
yeah.
on it on the edit.
We can see whether there's more lost balls or more
Or
references to
Birkdales.
Birkdale. in
Balls
the,
or Birkdale.
Podcast.
Balls of Birkdale.
Yeah, it's like
It's a
walking.
good little side count, isn't it? I like that. I'm going to say it now. Probably mentioned Birkdale about 5 or 6 times an episode, I reckon. I'm going to have to go and listen again. Add another download count onto my stats. Yeah. I hope it's not the patience in my marriage, but you never know these things, do you?
Another question from Fizzo, actually. So Lewis has
Fizzo's
been.
got some good ones.
Yes. Maybe this isn't. No.
I think he's auditioning for your job here, Jim. As guest presenter.
He started stalking me on social media and everything recently.
Has he?
Yeah.
Leave him alone, Fizzo.
Can you wear a heart rate monitor in some of the courses so we can see when it spikes?
It'd be interesting though, that wouldn't it? Do you think your heart rate ever?
Reddish Vale, 18th hole.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it flatline, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think there's ever a time when you get nervous? Well, in the 3 rounds we played, has there ever been a time you got nervous?
I mean, I think the thing is, if you're putting a score together, you start getting nervous. But
Maybe.
I'm yet to put a score together, so I'm just fucking. I
Yeah.
don't really care what
We're not
happens.
targeting
I'm
a
just
score
hitting the
yet, have
ball.
we?
So I think that's when you do. You get
What
towards
about-
the
all right.
end of the round.
So we've had there's a few little things on moments every now and again. So we've had a side bet on 2 of them, haven't we? We didn't do it at Silith, but we've had side bet.
Yeah.
I know why you probably didn't have any stress before the one at Moortown.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
dumped one into the rough.
But you hit the drive first at the 16th at S&A. So did you feel any?
Not really, no. I'm totally honest.
That tells you everything you need to
Not
know.
that I'm not taking this seriously, but
I wasn't asked about what you were going to do, Nish. I knew you were never going to challenge me, so it was fine. I was more concentrating on my own game. Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel nervous stepping up on the tee at Moortown.
not really. I mean,
Gibraltar.
I suspect
Gibraltar, yeah.
there might be a couple of first holers where it's busy and stuff. you
So
might be
named
like,
though,
maybe.
not because of the profile of the hole or anything, but so named because the green is built on a rock. That's why it's called Gibraltar.
Could be called Blackpool's.
Yeah.
Right. It's a weird name for it anyway, but I digress. Yeah, there hasn't been. All right.
See,
okay.
I don't know if it's
Would
in
your
relation
heart-
to being a nerd, the trepidation of a course or a particular shot, or it is
Or
actually
anger.
how much. Well, no, because I wear a heart rate monitor at the gym pretty much every day, and that keeps me a track of what calories I'm burning and
Yeah.
how hard I'm working, so I can push myself to get into the next level, I suppose. 80% of my maximum heart rate, and so on and so forth. But I think it's tracking. Does he mean tracking exercise in terms of like going running up a hill?
I think with my current levels of fitness, I think it'd be fucking embarrassing to have a heart rate monitor on walking around a golf course. I think I'd be absolutely fucked, like 140 by the time I get to the end, just because I've walked 4 miles.
I know. What's the cause of the spike? That's the problem, isn't it? It's like it's just constantly high. Like, it's just walking. He's walking on flat. Like these are links courses. They're flat as a pancake. Like, has he just got out of breath going up a 2-meter elevation? Yep, that's exactly what's happened. But would anger do? Would anger spike it enough? I mean, like, you were. I don't know. Were you angry though when you shanked 3 in a row?
Oh, you keep bringing this up.
He's brought it up.
Almost more than Bert
just-
now.
It's open season now. He's brought it up. But I don't remember you being angry. You're just like,
I think I
oh
was
fucking
angry,
hell,
Yeah, like I say, I don't give enough of a shit about what my score's going to be at the end.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying being there. So at some point, I think if I start getting better, I think there will
as you start getting better. Come on,
there will come a time where I'm starting to put a round together. I'm like, hang on a minute. On the last couple of holes. Yeah.
Probably the closest I got to feeling any pressure was that 10th straight after the halfway hut at SNA, because I knew I'd checked in on what my score was in that front 9, and I was like, right, I've got to, I need to put some effort into this, or just like concentrate on what I'm doing, and it went shit. So I think that'd be the only time when I think it would have potentially spat. But
No,
I didn't feel like
it,
my heart was pounding out my chest or anything.
No, it doesn't.
Like
I mean, I play golf. I play golf with a heart rate monitor just to see what it would be like, and not on the hilliest of courses or anything like that. And my
do you wear the chest one?
Yeah, with the chest one. So the anger and frustration actually doesn't.
And is that
doesn't
an angle
register.
as well, or is that a different? Do you have a different?
Well,
angle?
I think if I was wearing this, I have to kind of counteract it to the side, so it's like cross.
Could miss that. Sorry. That's funny. That. So no plans. I think, because I don't think I'll be able to correlate it to any particular moment. Well, no, I would. It's me out of breath. Is what it is.
I'll happily wear a heart rate monitor, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure what it's going to show.
Back to Andy.
That's going to make my heart rate monitor spike more, isn't it?
How worse do you anticipate being at golf after wasting 10 years and all that money? We're all building a little bit of a picture, or the listeners are, about who Andy is, if they don't know him already. So it's
so far, again, only 3 in, I'm on an upward trajectory. My scores are lowering. I'm not feeling as intimidated by a course anymore. But yeah, it's getting into my head though a little bit more. And I think that's when it goes to pot a little bit. Don't just play instinctively, just start overthinking it a bit. I'm anticipating that I think by the 10 years I'll be absolutely crap, and I'll probably want to give up the game. But
that'd be a good way to go out anyway.
I'll get to St Andrews.
Absolutely.
Everyone clapping his hands. That's last round.
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Thank
well done.
for that.
Yeah. Can I throw all my clubs in the sea or something like that?
Yeah. If I ever see another golf course,
yeah.
shoot me.
Or it goes the other way. I mean, I was a little bit.
This is when you just plan the overseas one.
Well, yes. I mean, 2 things. I was going to talk about 2 things Alex said in his interviews, and one of them was, I've become a bit numb to really good courses now because I've played 42 in 4 years. I'm a bit worried about that because I don't want to lose that wide-eyed wonderment of going somewhere mega and going, oh, this is amazing.
We need to intersperse it with just like a hack around some shit local.
I've been, mate. I just don't tell anybody about it. That's all. So there's that, and then the other thing that he said was he did say something, and it's completely left my mind now. What was he said? He said something else about becoming numb to it. What was the question again?
How worse do you anticipate being at golf after wasting 10 years and all that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, can you go back to just going and playing just a regular course anymore? Do you reckon even if it broke you down mentally, do you think you'd get to the point where you go, like my physics teacher used to say, like he used to give us at GCSE physics, he used to give us Oxbridge entrance exam questions to do. out of 25, I'm getting like 3, 4. And he's
That
like,
many?
yeah, for showing you're working, that was it.
Spelt your name
Right.
right.
And I got beaten up by it a little bit, and I went in to go and see him, and I was like, okay, everybody else is doing really well. I'm doing terrible at these. And he went, what about the actual GCC ones? How are you doing on those? Oh, acing them. And he's like, well, that's the exam you're doing, so don't worry about this. So is it going to be the other way where you go, actually, I've been brutalized by all these amazing courses,
I thought you were going to say something else. Oh God, this is it's getting
but
deep.
I go
We've gone from
back
politics
to play my own course,
deepest darkest secret.
and suddenly you're like, turns out I'm pretty good at golf here. But I don't play a links course. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I think just as an aside, lead, following on from that to some extent is, I mean, have you got any personal targets in your head about where you kind of want to be from a handicap perspective?
Do you?
Not at all.
You don't at all.
Not at all. I mean, the only reason I'm getting a handicap.
You've got down to 2 before though, so you know you've done that.
The thing is, I know that I am never, not in the next 10 years anyway, going to have enough time to dedicate to get into being a scratch golfer again like that.
Okay, I have a question for you now then.
Okay.
So, and this is fascinating because it is. I feel like it's probably the one chance you got to interrogate somebody who's, more. You're ready to go professional and you're at that kind of level. That pursuit then of really lowering your handicap.
Yeah.
I mean, number one, is that a worthwhile pursuit if you're going to turn pro anyway? Because what's the difference between scratch and 2?
I mean, ultimately, you
enough?
need to get there to be able to enter any competitions and all that.
So you need
stuff
to be a
anyway.
scratch,
so you need
do you?
to play, to play the
right.
the
Okay.
big
Okay. So
tournaments.
that's answered one question. Then
Yeah.
the second thing is, if you've worked and got to that once before, which I suppose is what we're getting to with this. If you worked and got to that once before,
yeah.
What is there any attraction to doing that ever again?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, no. I don't. Not for me anyway. I'm sure there is for other people, but I don't have a desire to do that again.
And is that even I did it when I was 16. I'm gonna try and see if I can do it again when I'm in my 40s. Is that not doesn't?
It's just one of those that, like I said, it's just the time. I just would not want to dedicate that much time. I mean, you've got to play it every day. You've got to be playing
like hard work,
all the time. Like, it is a proper grind. Like, it's not just something you rock up and happen to just be a scratch golfer. Like, you've got to go and work. There's no other way to do it other than just work, grind. And I don't want to go and do that again.
No.
So, I mean, I want to go and play it and enjoy
isn't it? Yeah.
This is why we're doing this, right? It's to go and enjoy it. Like, there's no other reason. There's no ulterior motive for me to become a good golfer again. Like, I'm not that bothered about that. Like, I wouldn't be behind.
You're not looking out for the scouts over your shoulder. And like...
Yeah, definitely not.
Who's that geezer over there with the hat on and the binoculars? Who's it? Was it?
Not even for the money.
Yeah. I mean, like, if
Would
if
you
the,
rather?
If the question is, would you like to be a professional golfer now?
Well, yes.
Then yeah, I would take that. But I know that that's not going to happen because I'm approaching 40.
So is more an accurate question, would you like to be a live golfer right now?
Tell you what, the only way that it would happen is if Netflix approached me for a documentary to do, like, can this fucking washed up old 40-year-old become?
You're not even 40.
And they like bring in, I don't know, like Rory McIlroy to be my coach or something like that.
Picture it now, like the timeline switches across. It's like needle settles on 1985 or whatever. It's probably not 85, is it? You weren't even born then, were you?
86, mate.
Right, born in 86. Unbelievable. So it like settles on like the mid 90s, and it's like there's newspaper clippings, and it's like Chris is being talked about as like the big hot shot sort of thing, and then it goes back out to again. It's like he's done a Munson. Like, he's just disappeared off the face of the earth. But we tracked him down. There's like Chris walks out of work, like big beard and like just like carried his like laptop and all this. I was like, what do you want?
Bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. What do you want? Are you Chris Gibbons? Yeah, Chris Gibbons. Yeah, how do you find that picture? Oh, we just want to see if you can resurrect your career. You know, it's not gonna happen, is it? Let's be honest. But
no, it's not.
But if Netflix want to, I'm suggesting you're open to the offer. Right?
For the right price, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the money's
get that
got to be
checkbook
right.
out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and don't be hitting me with this. Oh, times are tight, budgets are tight, and you've got fuckloads of money, Netflix. Show me the money now.
Yeah, we'll just
That's
put an
all.
extra quid on everybody's subscription, and that'll pay for it.
I know of at least 30 people that are going to watch this, so you do the math. They're all subscribers, paying £5 a month. There you go.
Yeah, they have to
That's
nowadays.
that's 150 quid a month just there. There you go. That's forever.
Pay for a couple of rounds.
Yeah.
Well,
Pay,
maybe.
pay for a 4 caddy at
Yeah.
one of the big courses.
But anyway, go back to the original question.
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
So my question is: have you got any ideas yourself in terms of where you would like to improve to in terms of your own handicap?
Yes.
Because you're on 13, 14 now. aren't
No.
No.
I'm on 18.3 now. So it came down after SNA. Came down by 0.4, which is pretty good. Quite happy with that. If I can maintain it through these tough courses in that 16 to 19 range, if I can maintain it there, I'd be satisfied. I would like my handicap.
Single figures? Is that
Not
is
single
that-
figures, no.
No.
I think if but the figure I have in my head is 12.
Not 13.
Not 30, yeah. I don't know, I've got 12 in my head, actually. But to me, that's like, well, you're looking at about 4 par 3s in a course, aren't you? So no shots on those. So that's down to 14 there anyway. And then a couple of other easy rolls taken off. And I think 12 feels to me like a good
I have no idea what these just said.
number. I think. I don't know, Chris, you tell me. Is he just like 12?
I mean, 12's pretty good.
That's good.
I think sort of
I reckon
10, 11, 12 is about where you can get to as a like a
Say it.
just an average day-to-day golfer who's
I
playing.
was waiting for you to say it.
Do you know what I mean? Who's playing once a week or once every
As
couple
a,
of weeks. As a hacker.
How the hell do I say this? Is going back to question number 2. yeah.
No, I think that's if you can get to that as I
Well,
say, playing once a week, then I think that's
we had
about as far
that
as you
conversation with Matt, didn't we, about what handicaps were when he was trying to work out who was getting how many shots at SNA.
Oh yeah.
You know, but I'm and I'm not doing it for this, but I think if you're playing with a member, and they go, "What's your handicap?" and you go, "Right, well, we're playing match play, whatever. What's your handicap?" You go, "Right, 12." I think at that number they immediately go, "Okay, there's a serious golfer here." So got to play well, sort of thing. Maybe I should just say 12 just to see what happens. Then it's like 12. Fuck off, mate. No chance.
I played with you like for 3 months.
Yeah,
ago.
you fucking wish it was 12.
You do?
Yeah, it's 12 plus 6. I just didn't say the plus 6 very loud. That's all. But I personally, and I didn't think I'd be like this at all with the actual number of my handicap. I was well chuffed when it came down from 18.7 to 18.3 after SNA. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, 3
Say
different
that.
courses, compared to what you used to be playing. So
Well, they jumped up
hands off.
after
hats off.
it was 16.7. It went up to 17.7 after Silleth, and it went to
okay.
18.7 after Moortown. So yeah, the fluctuating fortunes of your handicap. I didn't think I'd be that bothered about it, but I think I am a little bit bothered enough to go. I don't want it to go to shit.
Mm.
But then equally, I'll be honest. I'll put my scorecards in. Like I don't go. It's.
Oh, I'm not.
I know
I'm
somebody who
gonna
does
discount that.
do that. I'm not putting my scorecard in.
Yeah, I'll be doing that for the next 10 years.
Well,
I'm not putting my name to that.
I wasn't actually referring to you, Chris.
Oh, right, okay.
It's somebody you know.
Oh, really?
Who would you guess? Who does
I
that?
know who you mean. I
Yeah,
know
you
who
do.
mean,
Yeah,
actually.
let's just not say it. We'll leave it at that. Yeah.
I can imagine because having grown up with him, I know how competitive he is.
Yeah, that's it.
And you've seen how competitive he is when it comes to me, anyway. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, well I played tennis with him the weekend.
Well, beat him then.
Yeah, you play every week,
Yeah.
and I haven't played for a year. Oh, some good questions so far.
These are some great questions. Yeah. Next time on the Top 110 Golf Podcast, we do part 2 of the listener Q&A.